Left a song on. Sorry, everybody. So for this week, week seven, we're halfway through the semester basically. I kind of cut back on some of the original plans I had. You can see here on the screen that I need you to. I hope that everybody is watching this or at least reading what's on Canvas on Sunday night or Monday early. Excuse me, just so you are aware what you need to do. So first one is follow up with your assigned capstone intern and find out if you can get a copy of their draft case study report so you can review it and give them feedback. So that's number one priority. I'm going to reach out to them as well and remind them to do that. It benefits them. I'll look at the agenda in a minute. I've got 3 readings for you. They're all very short. Some are almost blog-like, but they're meant to build on this idea of problem solving. And I'm going to attempt to have a live presentation, like about an hour long on Thursday, at like 5 or 6 o'clock. I'll let you know. I wasn't able to get a hold of him on Friday, and he was one of our mentors in the first round. He's got some really interesting, very progressive approaches to problem solving, and I kind of want him to share that. I need to review your binder this week. If you cannot meet with me, or if you do not want to meet with me, you can upload it here as a PDF, and I will review it and grade it. Otherwise, reach out to me, and we can meet via WebEx, or those of you who have been meeting with me on campus. I'm on campus Tuesday and Thursday. I can meet with you. I do not believe I'm in on Friday, though, this week. Nope. Friday, I'm going to be at April Air. So I've got some information here. So this is an example of someone who kept a capstone journal. Probably, not as detailed as mine, and I'm going to show you mine in a minute. But pretty good. And then here's the grading rubric. And then I'll put your score in here. It's out of 20 points. And then what I want you to do is really think about where you can do your first case study. And this is up to you. So up till now, I've been providing videos, photos, and some description, but part of this process is that you can identify your own. And so I'm going to talk about that today as well. So first, let's bring up the agenda. Sorry, it's all over the place. Here we go. So this is the video that you're supposed to watch. We might have a live one either at 5 to 6 or after 6. I'll find out what his availability is if he wants to do it. Aside from, I'm going to review some of your case studies and talk about it because I'm actually very impressed, and maybe talk a little bit about what I want to see in a binder. The focus this week is problem solving because we're leading up to your first case study topic. That report is due on March 26th. So at the time of this recording right now, which it's Sunday morning, it's 3 weeks away. But depending on what your schedule is, you may be looking at this on Sunday and be like, oh no, it's 2 weeks away. Yeah, so I need you to be working on this and figure out where you want to go. If you're working, you should be able to find something there. Just get your supervisor or boss's approval to do some observation, pictures, video, data collection. If you do not, it's pretty simple to find an issue, whether it's out in public, in a big box like home improvement store or a Target, a building on campus, wherever you go. You can do a form of audit to identify something that could cause harm, and then do the research, the background information review to find out what could be done to mitigate what the causes are. And this is kind of what you guys have been doing, but this is going to be you identifying it, defining it, and then coming up with resolution. So that's what it's all about. Got 3 readings. They're very short, very easy. You're going to be summarizing these. So, I'm going to send out an email today's Sunday, to remind the capstone interns to try to get you their reports. I know some had already reached out to me and said that they're running behind. That's fine. But do the best. I want them to do the best they can to get it to you. Even if it's Thursday, if you guys can, carve out an hour of your time to do a quick review and get them feedback, that'd be fantastic. Make an appointment with me if you want to meet with me to review your course binder. Otherwise, upload it. You can upload it and do both if you want. I'll let you know, hopefully by the end of the day on Monday, whether we're doing the guest speaker or not. summarize the articles I just pointed out above, summarize this video, reflect on it, give me an update on what's been going on in your life with regards to LinkedIn, ASSP, job search, things like that. I'm kind of right in the middle of putting together my slide decks and plans for the Wisconsin Safety Council, which is the, here, let me look here quick. It's April 17th through the 19th in the Wisconsin Dells. I'm presenting 2 different topics on the Tuesday the 18th, one by myself, one with a friend of mine. And if you can at all, afford to go, I highly recommend it. You don't have to stay there, if it's within driving distance, but it is a great opportunity to learn, to network, just to feel what it's like to practice in this field. Because we are a small group. We all kind of know each other. So it's kind of nice to go to those things. I do it more for the social aspects of it. And I think I might have to work the department's booth in the exhibit hall too. We'll have to see. Because I just looked that stuff up on Friday. I started talking to who I'm going to be presenting with. And then we're both presenting at the Safety 2023 down in San Antonio, Texas on a different topic. And we got to start planning that out too. So those are my 2 big trips. I also need to prepare for a regional operations committee meeting in Chicago on April 13th and 14th. I got to go there on the 12th. So I got to work on that too. So these are things that are on top of my list to get done this week. Doesn't fit into what you guys have to do, but I'm just reflecting on it, right? Yep. And then what I want you to do is try to find, like I said just a moment ago, try to find a place where you could do a quick safety-related study. Okay? Yeah. So that's our plan for this week. All right. So first what I'd like to do is, before I get into the problem solving, is share with you some of the things that I did this week at Aprilaire. It was a very busy week. I'm just going to share with you my Wednesday and Friday because Monday got cut short because all week, I don't know why, but I made all of my doctor, dentist, eye doctor, all kinds of things in the same week. That was a mistake because it made me really busy. On Wednesday, I met at Poinet with the new safety person, Corey, and we kind of went over some of the things he has going on there and did a quick walkthrough, a couple areas in his plant that he's concerned with. And what's great is we are on the same page when it comes to how we want to update or evolve how the company assesses the safety program, the measures or data that they use, and how we set up goals. And so he and I are going to be actively working on that and integrating and attempting to integrate a new safety training system in what is a current quality management software system. So that's something we're working on. I came back to meet with the, they call it a collaboration meeting, and so it's like managers and then representatives from all different areas, and we don't just talk about safety, we talk about everything on the job, and then my boss gives them all an update on what's coming down the pipe in the next several weeks. And I was able to share my updated safety team charter that I had created the week before, after meeting with who's going to be my safety champion on the first shift, and also provided the first draft of my employee perception survey, both in English and Spanish, because we have some Spanish-speaking workers. So, look, everybody had positive feedback on it. The only thing is, there are this coming week, management and HR are going to be meeting with the union delegates to renegotiate the contract. And so they asked that maybe I hold off doing this perception survey because workers may perceive it as something against them. And so I don't want that perception. They don't want it. So I'm going to hold off for a little bit, which is kind of postponing my safety team meetings too. So I feel like I'm always chasing this magical date in which I'm going to really roll everything out. So it didn't work out. At the end of the meeting, some of the workers shared that they have some concerns about some electrical cords in the Mac and Lamb area. And so I actually went and investigated that, and I'll show you in a moment what I came up with. Also, I attempted to use the current JHA and safety audit forms. Corey and I had talked about that, and it's too general. I want customized evaluation forms for each area so that things can be, just basically checked off or verified, and that there's a chance for exploration or identifying new things. Corey is setting up a demonstration of this QT9 system for safety training. My boss was 100% behind it. She's like, this is something that they had talked about using years ago. It's just nobody had picked it up. So she's really excited that we're going to attempt to use it. And the meeting we were scheduled for Friday, because I had to go to campus for a meeting, he moved it to Monday. So tomorrow I get to learn more about it. That's kind of awesome. So here is the audit and the results from that meeting. I did it that day. And so there are 2 retractable electrical cords in these areas. And the thing is, one of them, the spring, the retractable spring, is too tight. So when you let this thing go, it actually whips up and can get caught on conduit up above. So they need to unwind that a little bit. The other one, on the other hand, it's too loose, and it doesn't have, its locking mechanism wasn't working. In addition to that, the stopper has a missing screw, so this moves pretty easily up and down, and so this cord can actually be almost sucked up all the way into this retractable line, and this thing is like 12 feet off the ground. And then also the strain relief is busted. You can see the internal wires here, so that needs to be repaired. I submitted this so they could discuss it on Thursday, but what they came back with is, hey, we're going to help you or get you trained so you can submit your own work requests to maintenance. And is that pretty much it? Yeah, so I'm working on an updated outside contractor agreement and instructions, and then I'm always looking back at my ongoing plans, and I need to, I've kind of been loose or lax in my review of this stuff, and I really need to get going here. There's things here that people have been asking about, and I need to review this stuff this week. I'm hoping I can get back on my feet this week. So that was Wednesday. Friday, another quick day. So got in early enough, and sure enough, we had another report of somebody cutting their finger in our taper machines. It's the second one in just less than a month. It's a big concern. I was able to catch the third shift supervisor, and he kind of gave me more insight than what was on the automated report. So, so I'll show you what I did for that. We talked about it at the 8 a.m. media meeting because that's where the taper machines are located. And what was interesting is, for the first time, we came across this fundamental attribution error in which people are like, hey, let's punish the people. They know better. And I fought back and explained why. And it got a little bit heated. I was never heated. The other guy kind of was. But to cut things short, I basically said that, I can explain why a more balanced educational approach to this is better than blaming and punishing. And some of the people had commented they liked hearing it that way. And so I see this as an opportunity. I get to now begin the discussion about the things I talk about in my classes. The blaming workers, attribution error, reciprocity theory, Adams equity theory, organizational justice as a means to run the safety program. So I'm excited about that. That makes me happy. I wasn't mad at all. I just was hoping that other guy wasn't as heated as he came off as. But I had pretty much agreement from everybody else. After that, I met with the computer contractors who are helping update and provide better access or better control for me of the safety incident reporting system. And there was some miscommunication, as I knew there would be. We hammered it all out. They're going to make the changes, and I'm really hoping that either on Monday or by Wednesday, they've given me the updated version so I can start testing it. And I said I'd like to test it for 2 weeks before we shut down the old system. So right now they're going to be working in tandem as we test it. Just want to make sure we don't miss anything. And then I can meet with the safety team. I'm hoping at that point negotiations are done so I can roll out my the perception survey, and train them how to be able to report things on their own. That's a big deal. Because then I hope at that point too that I'm also have an updated set of JHA forms and safety audit forms, and I can create a 6-month schedule to finish that up. along with the schedule and safety training. So I'm excited. We keep moving closer to this point where things are really going to kick off. But yeah, let's see what else happened here. So I missed the metals management team meeting, but one of them came to see me about a worker was observed using a discarded 55-gallon bucket to transfer a solvent from a 55-gallon barrel to a process, and those buckets can have residue in them, which would gum up the system. And so I'm going to look into a replacement system for delivering. The current one is it causes leakage and spill and splatter, and so I'm going to look into that. I took some photos. I didn't put them into my journal yet. Then, I talked to one of the mentors for this class, and he gave me some great insight, things that I can prepare for things outside of the class. Just nice to catch up with him. Here are the danger signs that I created for the tapers, and I got sort of a initial approval for these. And so tomorrow on Monday, I'm going to meet with the technical people again and finalize these, print them off and laminate them, and then put them on the tapers. And I'm hoping that these little signs that are red, they really would stand out. I should have provided a photo of the taper machine itself. The current warning is at a 90-degree angle to the workers, and so they have to kind of tilt their head to read it. I want this to be aligned with where the operators are staying, and I have both an English and a Spanish version. I met with a couple people to talk about the lockout tagout program. I definitely have some things I need to do before we can get going with that, but it's been something that's been on the either back or front burner for them for years, and so I'm going to step up and I'm going to get this thing done. That's my plan, but I got to do some research. I got to call some friends to get some judgment, some insight on the use of interlocking technology for normal corrective tasks versus when you shut the machine down to open it up and do major work. So I got to figure that stuff out, and then I left. Lot went on last week. So, but I'm happy with things are going, and I need to get better at my journals. I know this. And I also like how I'm reviewing overall plans and updating those plans, and I feel like that's leading to my success. So before I look at your some of the case study work you did and talk about it, I want to kind of go over these problem-solving articles, and I could talk for a long time about that. The first one, I just did a basic search. So scientific methods not for scientists. And I believe that, my practice in safety improved drastically when I went to graduate school and adopted the scientific method. And you've probably seen these steps of this language in like the case study document that I had created for this class and for the capstone internships. The first thing you have to do is identify and define a problem. The hypothesis is what you're expecting. What's the relationship? And this, in a way, in identifying and forming a hypothesis, defines the scope, context, and justification. Then you collect data and analyze that data to test it, and you kind of should lay out your methods. And then you communicate the results. And for us, from a safety perspective, it's stating what we learned, what needs to be done in order to avoid the negative outcomes that we don't want. Yeah. Next one is, it's a blog, but it's 4 ways scientific methods are used in business. That's why I chose it. I think you'll find that there is some commonality between this article and the last one. And I want you to, read it, think about it, synthesize it. Okay. And then here's the last one. Again, I think this is almost blog-like, but the language and the way they lay it out, I believe, applies. And this one is actually directly geared towards safety goals, understanding the direction, understand the current condition, establish new target, and then work towards the target condition. So and you don't have to sign up or anything. I just want you to read and kind of combine everything, and maybe even kind of compare it to the work you've done in this class or what I've shared with the work I'm doing at April Air. So read these. So as you can see, they are very short. So take the time to Summarize, synthesize, reflect. Right on that. Okay. The last thing I had wanted to talk about, I believe, are the case studies you guys have been working on. And I apologize for anyone who got stressed out. They're like, oh, he's going to grade it. So I wasn't grading it like we were grading the previous case studies. What I'm doing is trying to give you the experience of working through an issue. So the one we had 2 weeks ago, I'm not picking on Donovan or anybody else I share. I've just brought it up because it was there. So an executive summary, this is meant to be almost a page worth, and this goes before, it goes between the cover page and the technical report, just letting you know. The scope, safeguarding is important. A proper safeguarding where can be expected. That's very true. Inspection test should be kind. So the scope probably should include the fact that they have two forms of safeguarding technology. One is a two-hand actuator. The other is a hand pullback. And what I was asking you guys to do is evaluate, do we need both? Or are we out of compliance? And indeed we were for the hand pullback. But is the redundancy really needed? Or is it just an annoyance? That's kind of what I want you guys get to. In this specific sheet, are mounted at a safe distance away. Press the button. With this type of safeguard method, it allows the operator unsafe. Wait, what? In this specific machine, the two-hand palm buttons are mounted at a safe distance away, which allows the worker to press both buttons with each hand for the press to operate. With this type of method, it allows operator unsafe access. Palms aligned. Could move their hands to the area trying to remove it. No. To accommodate this. Okay. Yeah, okay. So not really what I had wanted you guys to figure out. But good job with justification and background. I like how he took pictures with different parts of what I had shared and shown. Yeah, decent job. I'd like to know where you got these numbers from, of course. I'm not seeing it specifically right here, but I'm sure it's right there. So, decent job. You kind of thought it through, but I wasn't grading it like other things that we've done. Here is Samantha's. She good job with the executive summary. Very good job with describing it here. Okay, yeah, we don't have the correct records or provide proper training. That is true. So the machine guarding standard, there have been no injuries. That's true. Good job with that. Pullbacks are like restraints. Yep. Pull back, wristbands, die started, allows the flexibility of loading and unloading without interference. Okay. Then we get into this stuff. Nicely done. Trying to find safety distance. Okay, talking about that. Recommended players should be function tested. Yes, they should be. Okay, and she referred to a good resource. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Very well done. Very well done. Yep. So we're not going to be putting in a guard there. Can't do it because they need full access for all the different size of filters that go in there. The idea is, can we get by without a pullback? That's kind of what I wanted. But this is, I mean, I talked with Samantha about this. She understands. I just didn't explain it enough because I wanted to see just what you guys did. So this past week, and this is Jaden had already turned this in. Table of contents, executive summary, and then he gets into the report. So this was the guarding of the thing. So it would be nice to have a picture or something here, Jaden. Good. Overall, together, there's no record of any severe incidents. However, accidents can occur. Yes, they can. I mean, yeah, it should be covered. I really think A guard is needed. And I do like it when it's caged so you can see it moving should it need to be done. Good job there. It'd be nice to have some photos or something. Rotation, yep, good. He found some good language. Okay. Okay, not sure if we were to need that. This is what I wanted, yes. So here it is. It looks like it almost looks like it's designed to have something to be put over it, doesn't it? So great job, Jaden. Great job. And then with this, sure, a cover, or if this could go up and down vertically and just the weight of it was enough, then somebody could get their hand in here and then be able to lift it up and not hurt it. So that's also a good one. Cost benefit. Great job. Fantastic. This is great. Great job, Jaden. Really great. So that's what I want you guys to do. I just want to see your ability to problem solve. That's what these... So nobody did anything, wrong. Nobody really got points taken off for the work they did. It's just to see where you are as we move forward. And this week's step is focusing on problem solving and using a scientific method. I shared more of my work. I will continue to do that. Try to get a guest speaker this week who will also talk about their experiences. But I want you guys to be really thinking about what, after you're helping your capstone intern, which I'm going to email right away. You'll see that. You'll have seen it before you even watch this. I want you to really think about what you want to do for a topic. And I believe that's everything for this week. I would like to meet with you this week again to review your course binder if you want to. It can be next week or Tuesday or Thursday. Next weekend, excuse me. And then next week I'm going to have new mentors for you. I was going to try to get them for this week, but I'm asking a lot. And I'm trying to reduce the amount of things I'm asking you to do because I know you've been honest with me in your reflections, and I need to be more focused. And I understand that. I hear you. And we are going to try to do that. So reach out to me. Let's meet. Hopefully you can get a copy of their case study report by midweek. And we can talk about it too together if you want to. We could do the course binder review at the same time. That would be a good use of our time together. But I want you to be really thinking about where you can do your thing. I've said that 5 times now. I'm going to shut up. All right. Have a great week, everybody.